Right, people, welcome back to the channel. I'm dead excited to unbox some Heyner axle stand. I'll be using them during the summer. Yes, Germany, made in German. I do get excited with anything that's made in German or made in Japan, because the natural expectation is quality. Yep, quality. Now, I have been using these, bit flimsy, and with all due respect, the concern I have is that you don't want to be under a vehicle with compromising safety. So that's one of the reasons why I will still keep them, or probably, you know, pass it on to my mate who's not so keen about spending X amount of money or whatever it is. But yeah, they've served a purpose at one time, but now these got to go. Okay, so coming back onto this, let's unbox this. Let's have a quick look at it and see where we're going. These are 3-ton. All right, so it's packaged. That's what we have here. Yeah, so you've got the 2-ton version, and then you've got the 3-ton version basically. And I've opted out for the 3-ton version. There was a price difference of a £5, so I'd rather have the 3-ton basically. It's ultra safe pro premium jack stand, 2 PCs, premium quality automobile, and it's made by Heyner, Germany. Got a nice little authentic sticker on. Let's anyway jump in and try and drop the box out, so just bear with me while I do that. Okay, here we are. Here we go, let's bring that up. There we have it. What's this? Let's have a look. Alright, okay, that's my address details and everything. That's perfectly fine. And I paid 50 quid. Alright. 49.99. Okay, I'll put that through my books, if it would allow me to. If not, not too bothered. So, and I know, get a praying tool and just don't want to rip the bloody box out. I just have a tendency of making sure that I don't damage everything. I just rip everything out. That's just not me, that. Okay. Interesting. Yes, it's quality. It's not used, but I do fucking see a hair. That just come out of it. Interesting. Very interesting. I hope it's not a customer returned by somebody, but there's no sign of any wear on these top of these axles. So anyway, not to worry. Let's get these out. Feels heavy. Right, so just before I do that, let's look at the boxes. Box, all dimension of the box, and one side I've left out. Oops, sorry, not the camera. That's what we're up against. All right, so let's pull out both of this axle stands. There we go. All right, feels heavy. Rubber support for the arms. Okay, so what you have here. Let me get rid of that. All right. There's a little moving mechanism. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And you must lock it in with the pin. And that's the safety pin basically. Again, it's solid See, there were a lot of other brands like Silverline and various other things, and there was a lot of bad reviews about how poorly it's been welded. So that's one of the reasons, main reasons why I've decided to buy something, because like I said, being under a vehicle, you cannot compromise safety. Safety comes as a top priority, basically. So when you look at the welding, yeah, it's a bit rough, certain areas, but it's not missing anything. Whereas with the cheaper version, it's missing here and there, basically. There are a lot of rubber things. And then looking at underneath, let's inspect the underneath. And yes, it's solid. The welding is done properly. Which I can, yeah, you can just about see on that side. With the light that I have, it's no good. See? Get this here. That's what it looks like on the inner side. And the legs, not very pleased, because only 2 dabs of welding on the leg, which is not something that I was expecting. I was hoping that it'll be welded outright. So there's a dab there and then there's a dab here. So two dots of welding there. I would have thought that it'd have gone all the way around. So not 100% supportive of that. And to utilize the jacks, okay, lock it in place. So you just pull, lock it in place, and get this in there, hopefully. Let's see which way it is. It'll be this way around. Right, so that's locked in place. There's a fair bit of a thing. So these are 3 tons, so I've got a total of 6 ton of weight these 2 axle stands can carry. Again, inspecting the second unit, welding's done quite nicely. There's no missing areas, but as I said, I'm not totally satisfied with these, because there seems to have been, let me just have a close look, only 2 dots basically, but on this bit here. All right, time will tell. Was it worth it? We'll find out as soon as I put them up for test. Obviously this is your release lever as well. Locks in. You want to release it like this, and again it will go through the other via the other side. Yep. Yeah, it's strong. I would strongly recommend to sort of utilize this locking pin, only because of the fact that the lever that holds the this bit, the release lever, is fairly thin, so it's a definite recommendation that you lock it in place regardless. That's what they're there for, basically. So right, versus the, do we stand a chance? No, I don't think so. All it needs happening is just one of these pins sort of snapping off from the thingy. And it hasn't happened, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe just one of those things. I just can't trust these enough to be under the vehicle, basically messing around and doing things. So sadly, these will be made redundant or been passed on to a friend. Was it worth it? Definitely. For 50 quid, something that could potentially save your life. Yes. The only good thing about these are foldable. So you can, storage wise, you can leave them anywhere. Whereas these, you can't do that. So that's the only downside with the big flat ones. In terms of how the dimension of these, let me get a tape measure and I shall show you very quickly, so don't waffle on for too long. You're looking at about 21 centimeter. That's 8 inch by, that's interesting. It's interesting. One side, this side is longer than that side. Okay, so that's roughly about, I would say about precisely 22 centimeters, so 8.5 inch versus 7.5 inch. And the stand up to here, up to this point, is roughly about 10 inch. The minimum support for this is that's the minimum, and that will be, let me sort of get this in the center, just put one down so we're not okay, so that's the minimum height you could have off the ground would be around about 1 foot. So that's say that's 12 inch basically, which is effectively 30 centimeter. That's the minimum. Okay, the maximum, well, that's tall. That the maximum is I would say about 17.5 inch. So that'll be in the region of around about 44 centimeter, 45 centimeter. So in that range, basically, that's the height that you could have as a maximum, basically. So there we have it. Would I rate them? It's a matter of time. I've not used them. But yeah, when you look at axle stands, 50 quid could be a little bit over expensive. But as I said, safety comes for me as a top priority. Therefore, you know, and you're not buying. The thing you've got to remember is you're not buying them every day. It's one-time investment. Yeah, I'm going to put it back in its packaging and then chuck it in the loft, basically. It's one-time investment. It's not an everyday investment. So from that perspective alone, you know, you could sort of argue the fact that it's worth buying these quality German engineered axle stands, basically. Yeah, I forgot to mention that it did come with a booklet as well. Okay, so that's what the that's the English version side. So I'll let you have a good. There we have it. Okay, so I'm going to. Right, yeah, I got interrupted by a phone call from abroad, so I ended up while I was doing that, I ended up with packing them back into the box, basically. Now, so I've got a red. Please be aware of, due to the vast amount of car model variations, the specification at the back of the wiper blade box is advertised as what? All right, so they've got a support number as well, 1924 365 390. That's interesting. That's very good. If you wish to return the item, right? So that I'm going to shove that in the box as well, because that label. Did you see the contact number? Here's the contact number, basically. So I'll shove that in the box. Back again, and goes into the loft. There we have it. That was an unboxing and my first impression of these axle stands, basically. Do I rate them? Moment will tell. But compared to others, like I said before, like Silverline and various other brand, I would not cheap out on a set of axle stand. Purely if the axle stand is you know, your vehicle's sat on the axle stands and there's nothing else to support it. Always go for a good quality axle stands, because you do not want to compromise your safety. Life is worth living every moment of it. Okay, and I'm in my 40s plus, whatever it is. I'm beginning to value and understand that if I can unwind the clock back, things would have been far different for me. But that's just the nature of the beast. The maturity, you know, when you're hitting that level of age, you understand, because you wise up, you see things in your life, you know, and you wise up very quickly and you understand. But sadly, by then it's too late. So from my personal experience, I would urge you, you know, when you're doing things, do it properly. Don't just sort of, there's no quick ways about doing things. Okay, anything that needs to be done properly, there'll be an element of time and cost involved, regardless. So do take your time doing what you're doing. Anyway, that's all for now. Stay well, stay safe, wherever you are, guys. Have a great weekend, and I shall catch up with you on my next video. Bye for now.